Hello, I'm Angie Metlin, WK Dickson's Director of Strategic Funding and Regulatory Affairs. As if a year-long global pandemic hasn't brought about enough change to our lives, the recent election cycle is poised to bring about even more. Regardless of politics, and we're not talking politics, what we do know is that having one party with a majority in both the legislative and executive branches of government is likely to result in a lot of change. But change isn't always bad. Take the world we work in, community infrastructure. Investment in infrastructure has been the one thing our friends in Washington have been able to agree on. The difference they have surrounds how much spending is needed and how to pay for it. It has broad public support as well. Take the latest Value of Water campaign poll, which revealed that 84% of Americans broadly support increased federal investment in infrastructure. This gives us hope that some type of infrastructure spending bill could be passed in the coming months. With the Biden administration focusing on wins within the first 100 days, investment in infrastructure represents one of the lowest hanging fruits out there. Combined with continuing COVID relief discussions surpassing the T word, trillion that is, infrastructure spending is expected to be done as an economic stimulus, or better yet, fuel to prevent a further economic slowdown. The end result would be similar to what happened with the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2008, which rolled out funding through existing infrastructure finance programs such as state revolving funds, USDA, EDA, CDBG, FAA, FEMA, and others to get money into the system fast. In that vein, expect that projects that are ready to go to construction quickly, otherwise known as shovel-ready, will be the first in line, as has consistently been seen in funding programs since the passage of the Recovery Act. The first sign of this infrastructure spending is being seen within some budget shifts within FEMA. They have signaled that they are going to reallocate some of the agency's overall disaster spending to be used for resiliency projects. Initial estimates are that between $3.7 and $10 billion may eventually be funneled into FEMA's new Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities, or BRIC program, as well as the Flood Mitigation Assistance Program. The BRIC program launched at the end of 2020 and is expected to transform the way FEMA and communities deal with mitigation by providing access to significant funding aimed at mitigation and resiliency projects ahead of a disaster that can then reduce the amount of money that FEMA and our communities spend on disaster recovery itself. We understand the BRIC program and are currently helping our clients navigate through it. Resiliency will continue to be a theme and a focus of infrastructure funding for the foreseeable future, and one that we here at WK Dickson are aligned with. In other data coming out of the Value of Water campaign, 73% of Americans support specific federal investment in water infrastructure aimed to improve resilience in response to climate change and natural disasters. Stay tuned for more on WK Dickson's holistic approach to the community infrastructure resilience topic coming soon. From a regulatory perspective, President Biden issued over 30 executive orders in his first week in office alone. Many of these were related to COVID-19 activities, but many were reversals of the Trump administration actions surrounding environmental policy and regulations. The most sweeping action was a 60-day hold on all new regulations. This order prevents any new regulation from going into effect to give the new administration, including Biden's pick to head the Environmental Protection Agency, Michael Reagan, who hails from right here within our area and has served as the head of the North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality, time to review these regulations and make changes they deem necessary. For example, it is expected that the Biden administration will tighten back down on some of the elements of the lead and copper rule revisions, like the annual percentages of lead service line replacements required. It is definitely going to be a very busy time in Washington over the next few months and the next few years. We are monitoring these activities closely and analyzing them for how they may impact you, our clients. We see some great opportunities to leverage funding for projects that have resiliency components and others that may be needed for compliance with anticipated regulatory changes. As always, our team will keep you informed as we identify these opportunities and work with you on how they can be implemented. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message or give me a call. My contact information is shown below. Thanks, and have a great day.